So around this time last year, I decided to buy one of the best-selling JRPGs of the last decade. Yeah, it sold really well. Ring Fit Adventure is a game about hijacking your brain's reward mechanisms to make you really buff. Actually, not really, but it will make you more toned. This is an exercise game, unsurprisingly. The game is split into worlds with a world map, each world having levels, minigames, side quests, and a boss. Core gameplay is put into 2.5 categories: running, fighting, and minigames. In the main levels, we run around, in place, sucking up groceries and shooting crates with a ring. We can use those groceries to make smoothies, and we can use money to buy clothes which improve stats. Over the course of the game, we see several other distractions in the levels that use squats, ab presses, and the like. Regardless, we travel in a linear path in the levels until we see an enemy cloud, where, unless we're acrobatic, it's time to fight. In battles, it's turn-based, with us using magical attacks that cost mana to beat opponents. Wait, mana? That's right, this game uses a magic system, with mana being your real, actual stamina. Moves are split into 4 categories, plus 1, that being arms, abs, legs, and yoga. Also healing, which is yoga the sequel. Moves are different in how to perform them, of course, but also differ in attack power and in area of effect. You have to do many reps, depending on movement set difficulty, but at least the last few are usually quick. There's also smoothies, which give various beneficial effects like attack and healing. Finally, when you're done attacking, the enemies strike back. But you can defend yourself with ab guard, which is just pressing the ring against your abs. When you win battles, you get XP and money, and if you get enough XP, you level up. Standard JRPG stuff. Alright, but for such a popular JRPG, it must have an incredible story, right? Yeah, it's like the best story in all of gaming. It's so good that I don't care at all about spoiling it for you. Basically, you insolent fool, unleash a big dang dragon on the world, dooming us all. Anyways, someone gave a goatee to a tiny hula hoop. We then beat up monsters until we beat up the dragon, and then that happens 20 more times. Actually, that's false. 15 worlds in, we start to beat up animals as well. After we beat up the dragon 5 times, we meet 3 people and a grandma that exercise a lot. In other words, we meet people that are into exercising in a world entirely built around exercise. They're okay. Until they get radicalized by the dragon. Then you fight them individually across various worlds. What do I remember? The blue girl got incredibly mad at this lady with a hip replacement. The yellow dude killed some kids, but it's okay, cause they got better. I don't remember anything about Red Dude or the grandma. Anyways, now I'm in hell. Wow, this is actually pretty easy. Wait, am I doing this wrong? You can cheat in this game. Of course you can. It only has 2 points of record, which are somewhat limited. But you know what's worse than cheating? Cheating accidentally, through improper form. The game's generally pretty good on tutorials, but not perfect, which can make things easier or harder for you than intended. But cheating, intentionally or not, is bad, because cheating at Ring Fit is cheating not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow, you didn't improve, you took a shortcut. But why is Ring Fit Adventure so effective at what it does? Many people found Wii Fit boring and only used it a handful of times. Why is Ring Fit different? It's because it's actually a game. But going into more detail, it uses game-like aspects to incentivize exercise, which was much less of a focus in Wii Fit. This is known as gamification. It's also used not just for exercise, but for many other things, especially in education like math and typing. I don't know if I like this. It's kinda gamey. Anyways, I like this game. I should subscribe. It actually makes me not want to die while exercising, and all it takes is some monsters wanting me to die instead. I like the visual design of this game. The art style is basically just... The downside, art-wise, is that there's a lot of levels that are basically the same, but hey, it's an exercise program more than a game, so eh. The soundtrack is really good, not only because the music's nice to listen to, but because the soundtrack is also adaptive. What that means is that when you do stuff, the music does stuff along with you. I think that's neat. Oh yeah, the rhythm game. Added in an update, you play a rhythm game that's fairly basic in controls, but a good workout and also fun. There are songs from the game to play, and also medleys of other soundtracks, all with their own difficulties. Okay, this game is good, and you should buy it. Why spend $40 a month on a gym membership when you can instead get half a copy of Ring Fit every month? But this game isn't, like, perfect. The tutorials don't stop, even after you've played it 100 days. I'm fine with the little unobtrusive ones, but you don't need to remind me how to ab guard every time I get into a battle. Also, it's kinda nice that you can press R to screenshot, because otherwise you wouldn't have a way of screenshotting or recording, but setting it to R just makes you accidental paparazzi. For the little blue robots that give a predetermined exercise routine, you don't get the fast bit for the last part of the exercise. I know that's like, better for exercise, but like, come on, man.
Way to squeeze!
I should make more smoothies in real life.
Looks tasty.
There's a mode for this game called Multitask Mode, where you can play with a ring to get points. To get lots of points pretty easily without, like, cheating, just put the ring between your legs and pull them out a bunch to get all the points. Just jump over enemies. You should have a yoga mat for this game, because, you should. But be careful, when doing exercises like bow pose and leg raise, make sure that either your yoga mat or your butt is thick enough. Because if I don't have a thick yoga mat, it is very painful for my tailbone. If you're doing one of those minigame quests where you have to complete a certain goal, once you do the minimum requirements, just stop. And finally, you can set the fit skills exactly to your liking. For example, I have not willingly used arm attacks past the first few worlds. If you want to go extreme with it, or have a disability, you can set it to use a button press for arm stuff instead, but that's too far for me. But anyway, I think that's worked out well for me.